Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Paper Magic. On this episode, we're going to be learning how to make a giant paper snowflake. For preschool teachers, this will be a really great classroom decoration. For babysitters and nannies, this is a fun rainy day project. At the end, I'll show you a modified version for kids that will help develop fine motor skills. First, we'll need 6 pieces of white paper, scissors, tape, and a stapler. Great, now we're all set. Now, take one piece of paper. What we want to do first is make it into a square. So we're going to fold it here like a triangle. Great! Next, we're going to want to fold this bottom flap up and make sure to crease it. And now you're just going to cut off this bottom flap. Great, and now that we have our square, we're ready for the next step. Now fold your square back into a triangle and grab your scissors. We're going to be cutting strips onto either side of the triangle, on the diagonal side. Now these strips don't have to be even, but we do want the same amount of strips on either side. And notice how I don't go all the way to the top. I just cut right up and leave a space. And you're going to do the same on the other side. And again, I'm not going to cut all the way to the top. I'm going to leave a little gap in between the top of each cut. And you're going to repeat this process all the way down. And again, make sure that there's the same amount of strips on either side. And make sure that you're not cutting all the way. I don't have to guess, you've won. You don't have to read what's in the news. Just step into my When you're done, go ahead and open your square up. And now we're ready for the next step. Now grab your tape. For this part, you're going to want to rip tiny pieces off. Now, grab the innermost pieces of paper that you have just cut from your strips and have the corners meet and make a cylinder. Now tape that down. You're going to repeat this process for each set of strips, and that's why you need an even amount. Now, flip your paper over. Then grab another piece of tape and find the next set of strips. And you're going to roll them over and tape the corners again. Make sure that you flip your paper over before you tape the next set of strips. I know it's hard to let down your guard, it's such a pest. But just realize Perfect! Now you've completed one out of the 6 points of your giant snowflake. And now you're going to repeat this process 5 more times. You can do it. The next step is to attach them. So first take 3 points, line them up in the corners, and staple them together. Now you'll have 1/2 of your snowflake. Do the same to the other 3. And now you're going to connect the 2 halves by stapling them right in the middle. Almost done. You may notice if you hang it now that it's a little droopy. So the last step is to tape the points together in spots where they're touching. Congratulations! Now you've finished your first giant paper snowflake. You can make many and then hang them in your classroom to create a winter wonderland for your kids. But wait, there's more, because here at Paper Magic, we don't waste paper. Remember those strips that we cut off? Well, we're going to use them to make, yep, you guessed it, more snowflakes, but this time, mini ones. We're going to go ahead and fold the corners over and make a triangle just like we did to the big piece of paper. And then we're going to cut it and make tiny squares. You can make about 3 squares with each of these strips. And then you're going to go ahead and cut strips into this one too. And after you cut these strips, you're going to go ahead and tape them together like we did in the first one. And the result will be a tiny cute little snowflake just like this one. But wait, one last thing before we go. Now, as promised, here's a craft just for kids. Cut a piece of paper into a square, just like we did before. Then, from the open square, fold it into a triangle 3 times. Next, take a marker and draw different sized triangles onto the paper. These are the lines that the kids are going to cut along. This allows them to practice their fine motor skills of using scissors. And then, of course, this is the part where the kids get to cut out the triangles. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll still be unique in their own. But your eyes, they just take my breath away. So I'll go. And after they're done cutting, the child can open up their masterpiece. And that's it for this episode of Paper Magic. Thanks for watching. We'll make this work one day. Your smile that goes from cheek